God. Save the dog.
In northern and central Queensland, Australia, a major nature disaster unfolded in January 2026 as intense rainfall from the remnants of ex-tropical cyclone Koji combined with monsoonal moisture to trigger widespread flooding, flash flood emergencies, and infrastructure disruptions. This unfolding story of extreme weather and flood danger has captured regional and national attention, with authorities issuing urgent flood warnings and emergency alerts across multiple districts. It began as a tropical low off the northeastern coast, a weather system laden with deep tropical moisture and sustained rainfall. By the early days of January, that system had brought heavy rain and flash flooding to communities from coastal Queensland inland, turning roads into rivers and prompting flood watches along major rivers such as the Flinders, Norman, and Georgina. As the system intensified, it was designated ex-tropical cyclone Koji. Forecasts predicted landfall between Townsville and Bowen, with damaging wind gusts near 120 kilometers per hour and the potential for life-threatening flood conditions. By Sunday morning, Koji made landfall near Ayr in northern Queensland as a weakened but still dangerous Category 1 equivalent cyclone, dumping torrential rain across the state's coastal and inland regions and setting the stage for flash flooding and riverine inundation.
Oh my God.
Rainfall totals soared across central Queensland. Claremont recorded more than 200 millimeters in a single overnight period, while surrounding areas including Moran Bay and Dysart saw widespread rainfall amounts between 100 millimeters and 200 millimeters. Some inland catchments reported totals exceeding 600 millimeters over 48 hours. Development of the storm began over warm coral sea waters, where high humidity and atmospheric instability allowed the tropical low to strengthen before landfall. Meteorologists explain that as Koji's core weakened inland, its broad circulation continued to funnel moisture over land, sustaining heavy rain and flood risk well beyond the coast. By Monday, authorities had escalated warnings as river levels rose rapidly. The Isaac Regional Council issued a flood emergency warning for Claremont and surrounding low-lying areas, urging residents to monitor conditions and be prepared to move to higher ground, as water from Sandy Creek and nearby tributaries continued to rise. Local emergency services reported a surge in rescue operations across flood-affected zones. In Claremont, swift water teams and SES volunteers carried out multiple water rescues, evacuating families and even pets trapped by rising water. Vehicles, homes, and farmland were surrounded by floodwaters, isolating some properties entirely. In Yungela, flood impacts were so severe that the Mackay-Yungela Range Road was destroyed by landslides, effectively cutting the town off from ground supply routes for weeks or possibly months, according to regional reports. As floodwaters swept over the Bruce Highway in places, and Proserpine and Mackay airports temporarily halted flights due to runway inundation and safety concerns. Power outages affected tens of thousands of properties as lines fell and substations were damaged by water and fallen trees. The human impact of the disaster has been immediate and profound. Evacuation orders have been issued for residents in low-lying communities, and temporary evacuation centers were opened to offer shelter, food, and medical support to those displaced.